I couldn't work out how to get this working properly, and I just can't get it to work with this Wubby Bear panda hat thing going on. What do we call this? This is like Wubby Ghost Bear. Ghost Wubby Bear. Ghost Drop Bear. Wubby Ghost Bear. We're going to go with Wubby Ghost Bear. Today's free-to-play race is brought to you by the Wubby Ghost Bear. Okay, and we are back with more racing. So right now we are just past 3.5 days into the race. This has been a slightly slower race for us, but it's also a race that's bringing us all together, so that's always a good thing. We are almost at 24,000 points. All right, so we can see we have my Guardian just ran out. So there's two ways you can play this. One is you can sort of play it slow and hope that you can run the rest of the race out without activating this. But my personal opinion is I would prefer to activate this throughout the whole race if possible. So I'm going to put this on. It is 48 gems, but I think it's well worth it. So we're going to activate 48 gems. And now all of these tasks, like this current one, are going to be so much easier because, especially as a free-to-play, that investment of 48 gems actually speeds a lot of things up. It's not just for the breed epics or breed legendaries. So my encouragement for you as a free-to-play racer is actually to make that investment and try to keep that Guardian on for as long as possible. Because when it comes to tasks like these breed, you want to get in on as many of those as possible. So for example, if I didn't have this on, maybe I could get like maybe 10-ish out, but with it on, I can probably get about 30, 40 out if I really wanted to. So let's go and hatch some monsters. So I'm doing DYPs on 3 accounts at the moment. So as a free-to-play player, that's one of the best things that you can do to contribute to your team if you do have access to other accounts. Here is a gold. I collected all my gold not long ago, so I'm just going to do a collect all here. And it should be about maybe 10, 15 mil. Another gold task. So I'm going to keep collecting on another account here. This Wubby Ghost Bear looks kind of, I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, so we're going to go rank some legendaries here. So we're going to rank Madam and Thanos. And we're going to rank Madam up again. So after you're sort of like on your last, I would say 1.5 days of race, you'll want to stop pre-ranking them and just do them manually. Because it takes time for them to finish ranking. So I'm going to use my Elementum here, because Madam does become useful in wars. So I'm going to R5 her here. So here we're just going to look for someone with good gold production and rank them up. So here's a bunch of 244s. 3 gold. Yep, he'll do. And let's feed them up before I forget. And we also need to feed up Madam. And we'll take a screenshot as well, just so we can log it as a gem skip. We log these as 100. All right, so we have R5 Madam. Hopefully she can become more useful now. We've been quite slow on this race, so I've been trying my best to keep the momentum up. As a lead, as a co-lead, as a senior player, the most important thing you can actually do is keep team morale up, and so that the team can keep racing as a whole. I can't stress that enough. People follow what you do, not what you say. So if you're a senior player, you're a lead, you're a co-lead, you want to race through your actions so that people can follow you. So I'm trying to stay as active as I can this morning. So I do have some work I need to do, but I'm going to park that for an hour or so whilst we still have some momentum so that we can just really push out some laps. When we first started this morning, I think we were maybe 2 or 3 laps behind Dragonfire. And now we've caught up to Dragonfire, and hopefully we can pump out a couple of more laps while people are active. Let's collect some more gold here. And you know, the thing that I'm most happy about with this fastish race session is most of our people who normally carry us aren't actually here. We've got a few really strong racers who aren't in this group racing right now. So it's sort of like our second tier race team almost that's doing a really, really good job. Okay, and we have a new node, and we have my absolutely favorite quest of the game, rank up 12 winged. So if you don't know, the best one to rank up is Fundinix because Fundinix is 1 gem only and it's the easiest one to rank up. So we're gonna do one at a time and come back and forth and do as many of these as possible. It's the absolute best task to do as a free-to-play player. And the other good thing is it often comes in small batches in JE, so you get to rack up a bunch of points as well at the same time, which is just a nice bonus. And I think this would take us past 25,000 points as well. Oh, we can do 2 here. So I'm not looking at the list, but it is 12 JEs. So I'll probably go up to about 9 or 10 before I go have a look. You can see I've got 7,000 of these, so I've over prepped these because it's my favorite task. We're up to 9. So ideally, I should have done my DYPs first, knock those out real quick. Feed 400k. So I think maybe up to about level 40 should get us about 500k. We'll have a look. It's more for the people that don't have as much food as I do. You want to sort of know the thresholds about how much food it takes to feed up for a task. The level 40 isn't 500k yet. Let's see if 50 takes us past. Okay, so level 50 does take us past. So it looks like it's roughly 10,000 food per level. So we're going to use that as a rule of thumb. When I'm playing on someone else's account, the hardest thing for me is to find their monsters to feed because I don't know how they've organized their stuff. And we're just going to rev up the team a bit. It looks like some people have dropped off, so we do need some more help now. Gonna clean up some of this chat. And let's find a good emoji. Oh. All right. And let's go back. Hopefully we've got some more DYPs done. And we're on 25,000 points at the moment. Okay, and we're back. So we had a JE feed food. So this is always a really, really good one as a free to play. Just feed something and sell it off. And we're just past 25,000 points here. And we have a new node. I can do this OFA, but let's see if anyone else wants it. And let's collect some gold while we're here. There's been a lot of gold tasks in the last sort of 5-ish laps. So again, as a lead, co-lead, senior player, be a cheerleader. Your team will actually go a lot further and a lot faster with that sort of moral support. And just checking in, we are on lap 72. We've had a really good sort of like 3-hour session. So we've done like 3 or 4 laps really quickly. So that's been a great team effort. So well done, Placid. Great job. So personally, I'm almost up to 26,000 points. And we've got a free-for-all at the moment for these hatch monsters. So I'm going to keep breeding my Greenosaurs, and we're just going to keep extracting the Greenosaurs, the Tarzapes, and the Pandicans as they come in. And hopefully by the end of the day, we'll be up to around 5,000 Greenosaurs. 7 hours. We've had about 15 people on and off for those full 7 hours. So we've managed to punch out a lot of laps. It's starting to quieten down a little bit. Got 8 on at the moment, but hopefully we have some more easy quests through. Right now I'm about 27,000 and we're going to do some multiplayer PvPs. So we're starting to run low on these background resources. Tristan from Pacific. I don't think he sets a hard defense, so hopefully Tristan Keep going. And we are back with another update. So we just passed 75 laps not too long ago. I'm on about closing in on 28,000 laps, and we're still sort of got some momentum. We're starting to fizzle away a bit, but we've got up to 75 laps, which is really good. So we put in 5 laps on Dragonfire, and at the start of the day we were sort of neck and neck. So this task is actually a really good one in terms of bang for gem, because you're going to be doing a 2 gem task and you're going to get 250 points. So sometimes these just come up. So I wouldn't say save all your gems for this kind of stuff, but when these do pop up, they are quite rewarding and a good investment for a free-to-play player. We ranked up 1 uncommon. So and we are back with another update. So we are getting close to finishing lap 75. Currently, I'm closing in on 28,000 points, and we've just caught this OFA, one of my favorites, Frank Fundinix, and we're also going to do a whole bunch of 374 uncommon, and we're running that on 3 accounts, so we can probably smash out 20 or 30 of those. So let's rank these up first. Back to the topic of DYPs and skipping DYPs, a common question that you should be asking if you are skipping DYPs is, how do I know if this is a good DYP skip? So I'm going to take you behind the scenes of, you know, those fancy node sheets that get produced, but this is from MLG. I hope AK doesn't mind, he's asleep, so I didn't actually ask. So this is what it looks like. What you see is here, and what we put in into the node over here. I'm just going to focus on the left hand side. The 70.5 is what I'm going to say is a bad node to DYP skip. And here's why. Let's look at 70.5, 15 hat, and then the very next one, the 12 hat, then there's a 15 feed collect, then there's a 15 collect. So if you were to skip here, let's pretend you had 5 people on, skip 10, the very next one you have to skip another 7, and then you have to skip another 10, then you have to skip another 10. So this is a really good example of when you don't want to DYP. This is where you want to just hang out for as long as you need to. You can actually get 10 people online. We haven't skipped this one yet, but we will once we get to it. The 78.4, check this one out, right? Skipping 78.4, you get to do 8 nodes with the little people that you do have. You just need to have at least 6 people on, and these series of nodes are going to be very efficient. So I just wanted to put that out there because people often ask, hey, Wubby, should I DYP here? And the answer is, I don't know. Have a look at the nodes, because node sheets are actually really useful, and make an informed decision based on what nodes are coming up. Okay, and it's 7:18 AM Sydney time. It looks like we just hit 85 a couple of hours ago whilst I was asleep. So congrats Plastic Fury on another great race. Thank you all for all of your contribution. And I know some of us put in more effort and really pushed us along to get us here that little bit faster. So thank you, Marie, much appreciated. I know you put in a lot of efforts in the last sort of 12 hours to get us across the line. So back into the race, we finished in about 4.5 days. Our group looks kind of crazy. The great guys at 238, and they were past 200 ages ago. Let's see how we ended up at a personal level. There's some great racing done by Asha, Mustafa, Killer, Tristan, all above 40k. Cat Dad had a huge race, especially in the second half where he did a lot of hard tasks and skips, so thank you Cat Dad. I ended up on 31.5 and we spent about 700 gems. That was about 1750, and we ended up just above 1000, and about 60, I think about 60 of those were spent on gauntlet. So roughly about 700 gems for us this race, including all of our skips. So we probably spent about 500 in skips, and the other 200 was done free to play. So that's a pretty good outcome for us. So we did our skips, we bought I think 1 DYP to help keep things moving along. And you can see my voice is a little bit tired and dry. The race always takes a little bit out of me, but don't worry, I'll be back. We're gonna go in and do the best thing during race and collect all. Yeah. We're gonna get rid of some of these as well. And we can go finally rank up something useful. We'll take Mr. Beast to level 3 first, I think. Oh, and we get to craft Pump Seed. Oh, we have Arrowbat as well. And Spawny. Decisions. Pump Seed needs to be ranked 4 for us to be able to make him useful. So I'm gonna craft Arrowbat first. But that's it for me for this particular race. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been awesome sharing some tips, especially as a free-to-play player. I really hope you enjoyed these series. If you did, if you learned something, if you got something from these videos, make sure to subscribe, post your comments below with how your team is going in your race, and if there's anything else in terms of the race that I can help you with. And I will see you next time.